week on NBA 2K TV. The WNBA draft is coming up. We talk to Aces star Asia Wilson. Then there's a lot going on in the NBA 2K community. We fill you in on tournaments and events. Plus, your top assists of the month. That's all coming up now.
.2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Our matchup tonight taking place in Toronto, the Scotiabank Arena, as we watch the Raptors go up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, if tonight works out the way they hope it will and they walk out with a win, it will move them into position as the team with the 5th best record in the NBA. Fellas, you look at Gordon Hayward, all-star in Utah, working his way back to that level. What do you like most about his game?
I like the size he has for that position. I think his overall IQ of the game. I think his athleticism. He does it all. Shoot, handle, pass, defend.
Court awareness. If you put the ball in his hands, he usually makes the right decision. E equals MC squared, Ernie.
What's that?
Got to have a high IQ to understand. Gordon knows the answer.
Gotcha.
Tip is upcoming. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from D.A. along the sideline all game long. D.A., take it away.
For a long time, the Raptors playing in Canada was seen by some as a detriment to their competitive prospects. Players dealt with issues like passports, different money, going through customs, and on and on. But now the Raptors use it as a strength, not as a weakness. They have a whole nation behind them. And they have Toronto, a diverse city with global engagement. Kevin?
And the game is going global. You're right. Thank you, D.A. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Brown.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Tatum and Cantor together down low. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Hayward in at the 3. And for Toronto, Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
Now here is Lowry, and the first shot of the night for him missing. Hayward passes to Tatum, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
3rd pick in that 17 NBA draft after a strong rookie campaign. I think Tatum was going to be around for a while.
Moves on moves. Great, that's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
That one falls for Tatum.
The Toronto Raptors are an elite defensive group. Reasons why: they're long, they're smart, and they're experienced.
And so Tatum nails them both. You talk about the defensive IQ, Smitty, for the Raptors. Where does that reveal itself?
For me, Kevin, their rotations. They are able to send help, double teams, and still recover and get out to shooters.
Now here's Tatum. Following the miss by Pascal Siakam. Tatum dishes to Hayward. Walker against Siakam. Cantor with it. 9 points last game. 2 on the clock. And it's Brown that time on the assist by Cantor.
And you got to respect how accomplished Brown is down low, destroying whoever is in his way.
Walker against Lowry. The shot's good. Lowry. Boston with the ball. Their last encounter was in Boston.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
If you don't have that one guy who gets you 10-plus boards every night, you just have to send more guys to the glass.
Now Lowry following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep. Chalk up 2 there. Lowry's got his second basket of the night.
Kyle Lowry is a very tough guy for 6'1". He's a guy who loves to attack the inside, even though he's small.
Now here's Cantor. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Back to Brown. Shoots from the line. Connects. The jumper drops.
And love how assured Brown looks taking these shots. His mid-range game is on point. He's squaring up like that.
Walker against Lowry. He dishes it to Ibaka. Passes it to Lowry. To the wing right side. Siakam outside. 3-pointer. No good. Shot missing. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Here's Walker. That shot off. Good work defensively by Lowry. Trying to get open is Ibaka. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Kemba Walker picks one up.
You know he's only 6 feet tall. Kyle Lowry, though, is fearless attacking the rim.
The Raptors shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Lowry at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry. Well, Smitty, we're coming down the stretch here. Talk about the mental toughness needed to finish a season strong.
You know, I think you got to have that. Everybody talk about the game physically, guys making shots. And we all know there's some teams and players, they all do that well. But who's the tough team that can get through the tough times? That's when you see the teams that can get over the hump and you start to say, I like that team.
And Kyle Lowry drops them both.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
And Walker kicks to Hayward. Brown feeling it out a bit to the paint and stolen by Siakam. Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered closely. Outside for Lowry. Launches a 3. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Outside, Walker. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Outside, Tatum. Pass to Walker. No good from outside. Toronto's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Anunoby passes to Siakam. Here's Anunoby. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the New York Knicks.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
Majority of the night, they were in attack mode. Tremendous effort all the way around. And at a certain point, you just have to look to someone else to score for you.
And Ibaka slams it in.
I'll tell you, for a veteran, Ibaka still gets sky high on these alley-oops.
Celtics trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Walker. That one off the back iron and out.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Buries it down low.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Brown dishes to Tatum. Cantor, the pass to Hayward. The Celtics working the ball around now. Brown, good.
Great to see Brown drop that perimeter jumper, showing off his terrific stroke from beyond the arc.
Now Van Vliet. He's coming off a 16-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Lowry with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. Lowry's shot is good.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Here's Walker. Makes it off the glass.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
Van Vliet. Second shot opportunity. Oh, that's blocked. And he recovers it. Celtics trail by 3. Tatum wide open. He fires one. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Tatum's got 5.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Here's on an open. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Here's Lowry. That shot misses. Now Boston takes it the other way. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Brown, good.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Siakam looking around. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That is his first foul of the game. Powell, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. Smart's checked in for Boston. Here's Siakam. That one's off, still out of sync. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the 76ers.
Yeah, in that one, the shot selection wasn't terrible, but they had to tighten it up. That did not happen.
They never really got into a rhythm, despite trying a few different things. Sometimes it's just not your night.
The Celtics have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. He's off on the first. Really, every team has its leaders, either official or unofficial. What's expected, in your opinion, out of a team captain?
Well, I think leadership. Also have the same, voice of the coaching staff and organization, and also the voice of winning. I think if you have a leader that can do that, sometimes that leader's vocal, sometimes that leader leads by example, but you usually know who that is.
He hits the second from the line.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
It's Davis on the wing, guarded by Smart. Davis kicks to Gasol. The pass to Powell. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Lowry. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
When you are Lowry's size, you need to have a strong floater, and that was a beauty he just put up.
Smart against Davis. Smart passes to Williams. Toronto grabs the miss. To the inside, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
That's what you get from a veteran playmaker. If you get open, Lowry will find you.
Here's Wanamaker, now recovering. Passes it to Brown. To the wing on the left. Outside, Smart. There's the triple. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. And Lowry has it in the corner. With the floater. And that one is off. Some solid defense from Brown. Here's Wanamaker. No points in the game yet for him. Pulls up. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Raptors. Gasol trying to free himself up. And it's blocked by Brown. Smart deciding where to go with it. For Davis. Goes to the fadeaway and Smart.
And for people who would like to see Smart take fewer threes, that mid-range, Jay, is a welcome sight.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And Raptors president of basketball operations, Masai Ujiri, not just doing an amazing job in Toronto, he's also had a huge role in the growing of the game in Africa.
Growing up in Nigeria, he fell in love with the game of basketball, and he has worked his way up. Now he's given a hand back, building pathways for others to follow in his footsteps, bringing the development and leadership to the continent.
Let's look at the stats for Gasol. Averaging about 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
Now, here's Lowry. 10 points for him. Out that one.
Those defenders just looked a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Brown outside. Pass to Williams. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Yes, showing that aggressive nature. Williams competes hard, doesn't back down, and he'll let his opponent know he's not afraid of the contact.
Now here's Davis. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Lowry's shot is good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Wanamaker. They trail by 1. Now, here's Tice. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game.
Riding the hot hand, and why not? If something's working, keep going to it.
Now, here is Lowry. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the first. Here's Gasol, and the Raptors tack on 2 more.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Boston's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Here's Wanamaker. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Williams inside. Powell against Brown. Shoots over Powell. Brown. Good. Brown's got 14 points.
And how about 6 of 8 with that one? And there is no slowing down this young man.
Now the pass to Powell. Out to the right wing. Boucher off target with his 3.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Smart with the ball. Picked up by Davis. Smart passes to Wanamaker. Brown kicks to Williams. Nice ball movement by Boston. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And here's Brown outside. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Boston Celtics. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We come back right after this. Marc Gasol so appreciated by his fans, and certainly a lot of Spanish-speaking fans excited about his success.
It's fun. You see more fans on the stands that speak Spanish, even they're from Spain or Argentina, Mexico, whatever they're from. They support the Spanish-speaking people, and they love the game also.
And great to see so many different cultures and countries embrace the game.
Yes, and with players like Gasol having so much success, I think it helps give those Latino and Spanish-speaking fans a connection to the NBA.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
You can do everything else right, but if you fail to take care of the defensive glass, you're killing your chances.
They've got Lowry. He's out there with Davis. Powell is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Boucher in at the 4. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. That's tipped. Here's Smart. That one goes in.
Marcus.
Now it's a 5-point Celtic lead.
And this is where Smart's at his best, being aggressive, going towards the rim.
Boucher kicks to Davis. He feeds it to Gasol. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
With the shot.
6 points for Marc Gasol.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Marc doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis. They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. And that one is good. Lowry's got 14 points for the game.
And if you needed a reminder as to why Lowry's an all-star, check the scoring column.
Here's Wanamaker. Lowry covering. Pass to Brown. Right wing. Here's Wanamaker. No good on the triple. Raptors trail by 3. Down low. Here's Boucher. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. From deep. Wanamaker misses. And so Lowry will bring it up for Toronto. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one, and that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him from Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. Toronto shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for two.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. When it comes to just the love for the game, Smitty, does every NBA player have to have that, or is it possible to not love the game, embrace the game, and work through it in that way?
You know, I think 90% of the guys have a love for the game. I think there are some guys that just don't love it, but they play it. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it doesn't, I guess, spill over to the guys that love it. There are some plays, I played with some players after they left the gym, they didn't think about a game, of watching the game, playing the game, but when they're on the court, they gave 110% effort. There are some guys that just love it, and there's some guys that just like it.
But I know you, and you loved the game.
I still love it, Kevin. Still love it.
I know you do. I know you do.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Here's Van Vliet. Kemba Walker making his last shot. A floater. Van Vliet with the bucket. Van Vliet's got his second bucket tonight. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Shot's good by Walker.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Van Vliet looking around. Pass to Ibaka. Kicks it to Powell. Pass to Van Vliet. Over Walker. Van Vliet can't get it to go. Celtics have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. And Walker gets it to go on the assist by Tatum. And it's a 4-point Boston lead.
And this is where Walker thrives, an assertive long-distance shooter.
And here is Siakam. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Philadelphia.
We also got to mention what he did on the defensive end. Racked up a number of steals, too.
And the pass to Hayward. Boucher with the rebound. In Toronto, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Raptors trail by 4. Powell with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. Here's Siakam. Offensive rebound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
From the Republic of Congo, Serge Ibaka, Dikembe Mutombo, Bismack Biyombo. A lot of big man talent.
The Raptors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And in recent seasons, we've seen Serge Ibaka involved in some extracurriculars. He can get a little chippy out there.
Yes, indeed. Last season, he had a 3-game suspension. Penalties can escalate for repeat offenders, something he's got to be aware of.
And the Raptors making a change here. Anunoby's checked in. And he sinks the second.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Cantor dishes to Walker. Cantor, the pass to Walker. Nice ball movement by Boston. Now Cantor. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got the lead up to 5 now for the Celtics.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Here's Van Vliet, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Van Vliet's got 4 points in the quarter.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
And here's Walker outside, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
That is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
Siakam inside. He's against Cantor. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Siakam. Now here's Walker. He had a 30-point outing their last game against New York. Pass to Tatum. Fires the 3. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound.
With floor spacing at a premium, they need him to hit these shots. Made just that one in the first.
And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Celtics ball.
Let's take a brief moment to look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's feistiest defensive teams. The Raptors in second.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Now here's Walker. 14 points for him. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Powell, no one around him, and too long on the shot.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. Robert Williams is checked in for Gordon Hayward.
Robert Williams.
Smart against Powell. 11 feet away. Rebound by the Raptors. Here's Van Vliet. He has 6. And here is Powell. To the right side. Just 5 on the clock. Ibaka, no luck.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Now, here's Cantor. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Walker's shot is off. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. Trailing by 4. Anunoby kicks the foul. The feed to Ibaka. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Ibaka's got 5 now.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside, Smart. Outside, Walker. Boston, no good that time either.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Clearly a foul.
Well, Steve, it's expected that we'll eventually allow 18-year-olds to enter the NBA draft. A proud Michigan State alum, are you concerned players may miss something by choosing to skip the college experience?
You know, Kevin, in this situation, for sure, there are some players that I would say is going to make some mistakes and maybe come out too early and not be ready. But I think we have to allow them to have these decisions and not have these decisions taken away from them. I love college, but there are some guys that are just ready to go play in the NBA, just like other areas of life. When you're ready, you're ready.
Davis is checked in for Toronto. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Van Vliet. He's got 6. Passes it to Siakam. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Siakam's got 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, great concentration from Siakam. Takes the hit, yet his eyes never leave the rim.
Cantor with it. Pass to Walker. Now Tatum. 5 to shoot. He kicks it to Cantor. And there's the pass to Walker. And it's off from three-point range. Toronto trailing. Outside, Davis. Pass to Van Vliet. Back to Davis. He nails it. And we're tied up.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
The Celtics shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Outside, Williams. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Siakam's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Davis in the corner. Back to Van Vliet. There's a minute 34 left in the first half.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
It's a close game here in Toronto. Walker in the post, covered by Van Vliet. Walker's shot is off. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Walker's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
Terrific steal. Smart doesn't take a lot of chances, but knows when to pick his spots.
Siakam inside. Working on Williams. Siakam misses. Tatum deciding where to go with it. The dish to Walker. Back to Tatum. Shoots off the step back. The shot misses. And Toronto will come the other way. And Anunoby now top of the key. There's 14 seconds left now here in the second. Now, here's Siakam. 6 points for him. Shoots over Cantor. Siakam misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think of your team's energy in the first half?
I think the energy's fine. I thought we did look a little gassed at the end of that first stint for some of our starters, but I thought for the most part it was good.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Kyle Lowry had a huge first quarter. He had 14 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, the shooting accuracy was on point. It was good play calling, of course, by the coaching staff, but it was great execution by the team.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Well, they remind me of Arizona. They were flat defensively. They didn't collapse at the end. They allowed over 50% shooting. I expect them to come out much more aggressive in the second half and try to take the lead early on.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. On the court for the Celtics, Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Tatum and Cantor together down low. And it's Walker in at the one. Hayward, nice shot from the wing.
I'm not sure if he was trying to show off or what, but when you're that open, you got to go straight to the basket. The fadeaway was clearly a bad choice.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Passes it to Siakam. Here's Anunoby. Clock at 6. Over Hayward. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 5 here tonight. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match. Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Now here's Hayward. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Good.
And this is why you gave Hayward big money, not just a score in this offense.
Pass to Van Vliet. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Lowry passes to Ibaka. It's good. Ibaka's got 7 points in the game.
If you let Serge get looks in there, he's going to shoot him for a very high percentage.
On the wing, Brown. Lowry covering. And it's Brown missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
And finish off by Brown.
And you got to love how seriously Brown takes his ability to score. He has the green light to fire from just about anywhere on the court.
Now here's Van Vliet. 12 points for him. And Ibaka kicks to Lowry. Back to Ibaka. Lowry against Walker. Lets it go from deep. And it's Kyle Lowry with the 3. 17 points in the game.
Did you see where Kyle Lowry pulled up from on that 3? Talking about playing with confidence.
Lowry against Walker. The pass to Cantor. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Walker against Lowry. Beyond the arc. The rebound by the Celtics. Hayward's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. But players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. And he knocks down the first one.
Well, with both parents being 5'10", Hayward was encouraged to develop his backcourt skills. Then he had the growth spurt.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. And Norman Powell subbed in for OG Anunoby. Hayward hits them both. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. There's the steal. One-on-one here. And Wanamaker gets it to go. Wanamaker's got his second basket of the night. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
Now, here's Siakam. 6 points for him. Pass to Powell. Shot clock at 5. And the Raptors miss again.
It's a shot you would think he would make, but he just doesn't make it all the time.
And Hayward with the stuff.
During his career, Hayward has really become more aggressive. Never shy in attacking the rim.
Lowry looking around. Drops it in from 11 feet. Lowry's got 19 points.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Raptors. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Tuesday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And for that game against the Knicks, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
That free throw good from Brown. The Raptors making a switch here. Boucher is checked in. And Brown drops them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Hayward against Powell. Outside Lowry. Passes it to Gasol. Knocks it loose. Brown right side. Baseline J on the way. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Raptors trail by 3. Siakam outside. And he comes up with the deuce. Siakam's got 8 points.
Strong finish. Siakam with great balance. Able to complete the play through contact.
Wanamaker looking over the floor. Busted. No good that time either. The Raptors have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Here's Lowry. Softly drops in the floater. Lowry's got 21 in the game. Boston's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Wanamaker. Now recovering. They get the rebound. Out to Hayward. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for Toronto. It's a 1-point game. Lowry. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Lowry's got 9 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Hayward. Toronto grabs the miss. Siakam's got 8 rebounds in this game.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Lowry passes to Boucher. 3-pointers off the mark.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
Up top, Brown. Guarded by Powell. And it's Brown missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Siakam. Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound. Celtics trail by 3. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Davis is checked in for Toronto. Robert Williams is checked in for Boston. Marcus Smart comes in for Brad Wanamaker. And he can't hit the second. Raptors with the lead. Here's Powell. Hayward with some nice D.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
And it's blocked. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Powell for 3. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 7 rebounds in the game. Smart against Lowry. Smart goes in, and he hits it to tie the game up.
Marcus Smart.
Smart's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
It's Powell on the wing. Here's Gasol. Rebounded by Smart. Boston's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. High, arcing shot, and the layup is up and in.
Smart.
Smart's got 8 points.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
And very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
Now here's Hayward after the Marcus Gasol. Outside, Smart. Back to Hayward. And there are the Celtics with another basket. You know, Greg, defense a given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
Now here's Hayward following the miss by Kyle Lowry. Hayward kicks to Williams. Now the pass to Smart. Back to Williams. And the shot goes down. And it's a 6-point Celtic lead.
You know, still a raw talent, but Williams does have a reliable inside game that continues to get better.
1:58 left in the third quarter of the game. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. That's now 26 points for Kyle Lowry.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Smart passes to Brown. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Here's Smart after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. And finished off by Brown.
And there's no excuse for allowing Brown to get that. He's just brilliant at jamming it down the defense's throat.
And the Raptors call time here. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
Good decision to regather, talk it over. Your main concern now is how to slow this guy down on the offensive end.
Now be a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash, go on a run of it. They're trying to, now be a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash. He used to run with it. He used to, now be a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash. 9 times out of 10, he gon', let's not pretend then. Look, everybody starts as a kid with a pure heart, then they turn to him. Mama, all that you know is traumatized, freedom jeopardized, he just wanna win. What's a smile when you, he ain't tryna go in. 5 years later, all that is just a flashback, digital dash. He used the one with a, he used to, now we a good boy.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Raptors. OG Anunoby comes in for Norman Powell. Then for the Celtics, Cantor checked in for Williams. Jason Tatum comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Walker subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Here's Anunoby. Back to Davis. Pass to Anunoby. From deep. Rebound Boston. Here's Tatum. Basket good. And now a 5-point Boston lead.
And look at the focus. I mean, Tatum's not going to allow the defense to overwhelm him. Simply keeping his eyes on the bucket there and cashing in down low.
Moving it up. Outside, Walker. The three. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Gasol's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Davis, here we go. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged. And everything has to be earned.
Here's Walker. It'll count, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Celtics out in front. They lead by 3. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter next. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Stay the course. We just got to be a little bit more alert to rotate from what's next, okay? We're doing a lot of good things, though, okay? Keep finishing plays.
I like the way these coaches want to push their guys to give even more out there on the floor, Greg.
I mean, encouraging them, but also asking them to be accountable.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Anunoby is outside at 3 with Ibaka down at power forward. Davis is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Gasol at the center position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Anunoby kicks to VanVleet. Banked in off the glass.
Right to the rim. Aggressive approach when it matters most.
Coming down the stretch, you know this. You want to go to something that's bankable. That's as good as it gets.
Now here's Tatum. From 12 feet out. Another shot. Tice, no good. Toronto trailer. Inside, here's Gasol. A miss that time, would have put him up.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
2 points, that one goes. And that's now 18 points for Kemba Walker.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Now here's VanVleet. Ibaka finds VanVleet. Chance shot, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Boston.
And that time, the defender a little out of control. Serge Ibaka wily enough to draw the foul.
At the line for 2.
throw good, Ibaka. Siakam is checked in for Marc Gasol. And both free throws good for Serge Ibaka. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Walker the pass to Cantor. From the stripe, it's good. Walker's got 4 points this quarter.
You got to shadow Walker. His mid-range game is on point.
And a foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Davis surveying the floor. Siakam with it. Cantor cover. That one drops for him. And that's now 10 points for Siakam.
You know, with Siakam, it's not just his size. It's his agility that allows him to succeed in the painted area.
To the middle. Here's Smart. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now here's Van Vliet. Out to Ibaka. The rebound by the Celtics. Cantor's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Tatum. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Celtics. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. Now here's Walker. And Davis pulls it down. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. Clock at 4. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
Technical foul. Davis. Shooting 1.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Siakam the bounce pass. 5 on the clock. Puts up a 3. Anunoby, no good.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. Just couldn't hit it.
And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Checking in.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for the Celtics. Here's Walker. Rebound by the Raptors. To the paint. Here's Siakam. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And I'll tell you, Siakam is like a spider in terms of his balance, his reach. He can overwhelm you.
Throw good, Siakam.
And the most improved player in the league last season. Pascal Siakam got better in every statistical category.
Now here's Tatum. Passes to Cantor. Hayward kicks to Cantor. Now here's Smart. Walker, and they get it. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016, now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
Here is Hayward, following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Lets a floater go. Walker's shot is off.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find a rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
And it's good for two.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Celtics trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they had a tough time taking the lid off.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Here. Brown's checked in. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. Eat it with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
So it's the Celtics now. The Raptors getting the bucket. Tatum with it. Now guarded by Siakam. Inside. With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Brown.
A young guy with maturity, awareness, and a feel for the game. Tatum is special.
Now here's Davis. Ibaka wide open. He fires. And that one falls coming off of Davis's speed. Davis has got 6 assists in the game. Celtics trail by 11. Brown the pass to Cannon. Walker against Davis. For 3, Hayward. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Van Vliet's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
You know, he's able to show the more and more of the load offensively. Siakam's star continues to rise.
Davis against Walker. Over Davis. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Walker.
Easy look from mid-range. He won't miss many of those. Lazy effort defensively.
The drive by Siakam. Plays it up off the glass. Siakam's got 17 now, just in the second half.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Cantor kicks to Brown. Hayward on the wing. Lets it fly from 18. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Davis against Walker. Ibaka. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Down by 15. And Brown throws it down.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Van Vliet. Siakam outside. Ibaka, no luck. Celtics trail by 13. Down low. Here's Tatum. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Siakam. Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Brown. And here is Van Vliet. Siakam with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Just 4 to shoot. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Jason Tatum.
One of the league's best-kept secrets, Pascal Siakam out of Cameroon, discovered as a raw teenager at Basketball Without Borders back in 2012.
The first one falls. Well, Smitty, you're talking about Siakam. The Raptors president is from Nigeria and very active in the Basketball Without Borders program.
You're totally right. A prospect like Siakam was on his radar. The late first-round pick in 2016 was more than rewarding where he ended up at.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Davis. Siakam hits them both.
You know, we see every year 1 or 2 guys drafted toward the end of the first round contribute well for their team. But Pascal Siakam has gone well beyond that.
Walker's shot is off.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Here's Anunoby after the basket by Boston. 6 to shoot. Back to Lowry, takes a 3. Walker with some nice D. Celtics trail by 15. Brown outside. Pass to Cantor. And it's Lowry with the rebound. Toronto's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Van Vliet with it. With some arc, and it goes down 2 points. And that's now 30 points for Kyle Lowry.
It is so hard to stay in front of a guy like Kyle Lowry because he is so quick laterally with the ball.
Here's Tatum. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Toronto leading by 15. To the middle. Here's Siakam. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 5 assists tonight.
We'll credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Toronto.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And on the year, looking at their record, this team will make it 49 wins.
And this victory will draw them even in the season series as it comes to a close.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Kyle Lowry.
I thought he did a good job of filling out the defense early on. Then once he found his groove, he stayed aggressive throughout.
Here is Ibaka. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Ibaka with the ball. Cantor covering. Here's Anunoby. The shot, no good. Hayward with some nice D. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. And stolen by Siakam. Walker against Lowry. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Impressive job by the
Celtics
players,
foul.
coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry.
You know, he's a tough kid who comes from a tough town, Philadelphia. You just love Lowry's spirit and his fight.
To the inside. And Green with the basket on the assist by Canner.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfect.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Mark, how do you break down what went well for your team in winning this game tonight?
Just a good all-around night. We believe that in the fourth quarter, I think we did a good job of, staying in the game. We just believe. On to the next one.
Yeah, this is a veteran team, and you guys showed your experience down the stretch. Thanks, Mark. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you next time.